Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be on a Sunday night. Where tonight on Top Split TV, we're coming to you live from Circus Zandvoort, the rescanned layout for round 4 of season 33 of Sunday Night Lights. I'm Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, another big night ahead of us here tonight as we hit the track with a 5100 plus strength of field. Big night of action ahead of us. There's something going on with the sound again this week. I swear I fixed it, but Corey's there. I promise everyone. He's here. I sort of caught him a bit at the end there, but yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out as the night progresses. But as Corey said, big night. 5100, 13 laps. Plenty of drivers out there. Let's run through them ahead of tonight's action. Leading the way in terms of the ratings. We've got a couple of 9K drivers. First one is Benny Simonson for Apex Racing. Great to see Benny back out there, of course. Fantastic driver, loves these cars, does a bit of the real world as well, apparently. Goes all right, pretty handy. Adam Miles yet to take the track, so we'll jump to Sam Devantia. So Adam, actually, before he gets on track, he's cracked the 9K that we talked about last week. He's almost 9100, so he's been busy. Obviously a bit of time off work potentially. Sam Devantia on screen at the moment. The cowboy, he's back. He's 8700, so 3 out of our 4 top drivers mentioned. The other one over 8K is Tim Hendrickson, the Flying Dutchman, at his home circuit as far as our travels this season will go. Mr. Hendrickson, Tim Hendrickson from Team Torpedo, of course. Car number 5 is Franco Ruggieri for 4-gear, I can never pronounce it, racing team. And he's had a bit of a jefe on the end. I don't know what that means, but anyway, Franco's there. Car number 6, Mitch Philippides, the international man of mysteries for FPM Oval team. Flying solo in that team at the moment. His teammates not necessarily hit him up this season in that livery. Neil Gardner, Captain 499, is yet to take the track, so we can't bring you a picture of him. He's car number 7. Car number 8 is Mr. Ryan Chenoweth, the wildlife warrior himself, Goose Juice Racing. Car number 9, and my order's all out of whack, is Yerny Brezka. Found out how to pronounce his name over the week. And interestingly enough, he's not the only Yerny in the field, which is fascinating to me, actually. We've never seen any, and now we got 2. Yerny Brezka joins us, car number 9. A head clown himself rounds out the top 10. Mr. Vasco Sorosky for Team Clowns. Now, Corey, have I got you there? Are you still with me, mate? Oh, it's so quiet. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's so quiet. I don't know what's going on there, mate. I might have to boost your volume a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Neither have I. At least I didn't think I had. But, yeah, volume at this end looks okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let me hit a button here, a different kind of button. Hit that one. You still with me, mate? Yeah, I don't know. I'm loud and you're quiet, so it might be a bit of Alex almost flying solo. We'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll go through the rest of them. Anthony Jones for Team Torpedo, car number 11. The other Torpedo in the field, car number 12, I should say, is Mr. Enzo Cantor, most winningest driver in SNL history. Joins us, car number 12 here tonight. Yannick Morale, car 13, has not made it. He's not made it to the track at least, but he's car number 13. Akira Nakajima for Nagai Racing School. It's been a while since we've seen a regular here on a Sunday night from the Japanese club. Nakajima, the sole Japanese flying flag wearer tonight as Philippides takes provisional pole. 15 off the grid, or at least ranked 15th, will be Chris Wayne from UK and I. 16, the other Yerny in the field, Ernie Zorek. Car number 16, as I said. Jesus Cabal from Iberia. He's car number 17. Excuse me. 18, Peter Vandernoord. The other Dutchman in the field has not taken... I can't see him on the track anyway. No. And then car... Oh, there he is. Must be having some network errors because he's out there, Mr. Vandernoord. All right, 19. One John Scholz for Team Milo. Here he is. It's been a long time since we've seen old Scholzy, but it's fantastic to see him back out there. And I don't know, Corey, you still there at all, mate? You still with me? Man, I don't know what it is. It just, I would say I'd restart OBS, but it probably doesn't help much for the broadcast. So, yeah, I don't know. I might be flying solo. Yeah, I'll figure it out. All right. I'm flying solo tonight, folks. Thanks for your help, Corey, as always. But we will have to fly solo. Adam Miles, he's actually out there. I did call him out before. My telemetry is a bit bugged as well. Anyway, Adam's out there. The newly minted 9K or returning to 9K. He's on his second lap at the moment. He, UK and I, of course, he's sitting provisionally on pole with a 51.2 at outstanding time. Have seen some 50s this week, but not sure conditions are conducive to that. Simonson, yeah, a bit, I don't know if the server connection's a bit bodgy or what. Hopefully the stream's okay. But Simonson now coming across the line for his second lap as Ruggieri takes provisional pole. What's Simonson's got his number though, drops down a 150.9, the only driver into the 150s so far as the others start crossing on. What's Hendrickson got? Hendrickson, no, 51 dead, could not quite do it, unfortunately. Devantia, another threat in amongst the drivers out there, can only manage P9. His qualifying struggles have continued. I'm just trying to see. Well, Yannick Morales crossed the line. Vandernoord, he's coming around the final couple of corners. He, excuse me, rounding the final corner now to round out his quali. Adam Miles, I think, might just pip him. No, he's coming around the final corners as well. We'll stay with Vandernoord. Crosses the line. Jumps up to 14th. Great effort. Miles, what's he got? Car plate number 2. Can he dob it on the front row? No, only good enough for 4th. Interesting. All right, let's go through our grid. 19 starters out there tonight. Betty Simonson has qualified the fastest and the only driver to go into the 150s with a 50.898. Joining him on the front row, starting from P2, will be the Flying Dutchman. Team Torpedo, Mr. Tim Hendrickson. Franco Ruggieri for Four Gear TV Racing Team. He starts out at 3rd tonight. Out of 4th will be Adam Miles, community rep for the Skippies, of course, and UK and I club member. 3rd row tonight is filled by Enzo Cantor for Movano Sim Racing and Anthony Jones for Team Torpedo, starting 5th and 6th respectively. Dimitri Philippides for FPM Overmutine starts out at 7th. Vasco Sorowski puts in a strong qualifying performance, albeit 6/10 off pole. Sorowski starting 8th for Team Clowns, the leading ANZ driver to start off the grid. Yannick Morale from France, he starts out at 9th tonight. Alongside him, the Cowboy. Sam Devantia starts out at 10th. Ryan Chinoweth for Goose Juice Racing starts out of 11th tonight. The ANZ flood continues there with Neil Gardner for Respectful Hornets Inc. starting out of 12th as we go over the page. 13th off the grid tonight, Jerne Breska from Central Eastern Europe. Alongside him, the other Dutchman in the field for Sleepy Cat Racing, Peter Vandernoord. Jerne Zorek, the other Central Eastern European driver in the field, starting out of 15th with Akira Nakajima, the lone Japanese driver, starting out of 16th. John Scholz for Team Milo out of 17th. Chris Wayne for Gone Skip and Racing out of 18th. And Jesus Cabal from Iberia starts last on the grid in P19. Big thank you to Pim from Cavaquet Racing. Once again, he's provided the cameras for tonight. I've added a whole heap of buttons to try and use them all appropriately tonight. We'll see how we go. I haven't had much luck with the buttons so far tonight. Lesson learned. I'll do some testing. next week as the red lights come on. All 5 lights are on. It was a short red light by the looks of it as we're away. For the first of 13 laps, the drivers flood down into this famous turn 1 at, great start, Zandvoort for the local boy. Tim Hendrickson got up the inside. Very, very sketchy to be on the outside there. Yeah, look, Simpson backs out. He knows the inside of turn 3 is death knell for speed on exit as all the drivers getting through the heavily banked section of this rebuilt and rescanned layout here on the iRacing service as Hendrickson leads them up the hill for the first time round. As I said, 13 laps here tonight. Hendrickson crests the hill in the lead. Already the front 4 almost getting away. Ruggieri, the only one of them not above 8K, but I tell you, he's got every bit as much pace as anyone in this field as Ruggieri. Although a rose by any other name, as they say. Hendrickson coming out of threat now. A bit of netcode sees the challenging become the challenged. In Miles almost coming under threat there as, I should say Simonson almost coming under threat as Miles makes the move on Ruggieri and keeps it by the looks of it as they come into the chicane for the first time round. Again, Simonson showing the nose. Side by side for Miles and Ruggieri up front. Everyone else seemingly line astern. This whole pack now separated, although John Scholz, having some trouble here. Mike Telemetry's gone haywire. But anyway, Scholzy's the only one off the back, I think. The rest of them all in one line. Yeah, it's all the way top to tail with the exception of Cabal. Yeah, I'm having some trouble with my telemetry. I'm just going to stick with that up front. Play it nice and simple. As meanwhile, up front, as we say, Hendrickson and Simonson side by side into the first corner. The inside of turn 1 crucial in this layout because it also leads to the the outside of turn 3. A bit counterintuitive, you might say, but certainly not so once you get used to this layout because you really want to run the high line here. Slightly narrower entry for Simonson that time round, and that's his preferred line through here. Anthony Jones looks like he might want to get busy up the hill as he comes alongside Enzo Cantor. The Italian looking to hold a stout defence. There's the leaders as well going side by side as they crest the hill. It turns out, there's a bit of smoke up front. Hendrickson. And, who's that off in? That's a big one behind. That's Cantor gone. That's massive. My telemetry is going crazy. Let's go see what happened here. Well, yeah, no, I saw that bit. That's came back on track. Anthony Jones went off track. Those two. So they've come down the hill. What's happened there? Bit of net code. And then Jones just clipped the rear of Cantor, and that's been enough to spin the Italian. I want to get on to the Italian. Where is he? Because he hits the wall hard. No control. Comes out into the middle of it. I say no control. You couldn't have control with that. The pace they're doing there is flat out in 4th gear. His engine's gone, and his night is over. So we might go back to live pictures and check in on our leaders as we see Miles now sitting in on front. No, Simonson, I should say. Miles has dropped back. Look at this. They're going to go 4 wide. Yes, they are. Ruggieri taking the pole position on the inside line. Can they hold it 4 wide? Beautiful pictures and beautiful racing. The guy at 5th, Dimitri Filippides, looking to take advantage if he can. Ruggieri comes out in front. Hendrickson now looking to be stuck on the inside line through the next corner. What does it look like here? They got it sorted, line astern. Hendrickson not too compromised at all, but this is still a bumper pack. I think Swarovski, where's he sitting on the back of it? No, he's in this front pack. Beautiful. Swarovski down to 7th. It drops down to 8th. Top 8 now. It's 3 wide are they up front as they crest the hill at 7. They've kind of got it mostly sorted. Ruggieri, after leading out of turn 3, is now side by side on the exit. Well, the entry now down the bottom of the hill. They've got it sorted. Famously in our intro there, that corner there is where Hendrickson features after having a moment spinning, and well, he had some help I think on that occasion. Clocked a couple of knocks for his trouble as well. The top 8 line astern now. as I'll give it one more go. Corey, you around, mate? Nah, it's not picking me up. I'll have a play around with that in the background. Actually, I'll see. Actually, you know what it might be? It might be... where's my sound stuff? Let's see. Go. Let's try... Where are you? Yeah, I know you're right here. These blokes. Yeah, no. Try that. Let's see. Can people at home hear Corey now?
How's that?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Is it safe to come out now?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think I've fixed it. It may not be the best thing in the world, but it'll work for now. All right, Corey, you have your crack, mate. I've had enough.
As I saw Franco just going to look for the dive down into turn 1 there, right down the bottom of the banking of Tarzan. Almost pulled it off, but Hendrickson just getting the drive out of the corner as now they make their way over to the heavily banked turn 3. And just like you see in Formula 1, the momentum that you gain around the outside there is very valuable to the run off. You're flat out from the 3rd corner all the way through to turn 7. And with that in mind, you got to keep up all the momentum you can as down into the very fast right-hand sweeping downhill corner. And I think there's a little bit of off camber there as well, just to put in that little bit of extra trouble into the mix. As now they make their way through turns 8 and 9. It's still Simonson on the front from Hendrickson and Franco, and then Adam Miles sitting there in 4th. Still a pack of 8, which is incredible to see. These guys putting in the hard yards, making sure they're not losing each other. You can see Hendrickson there starting to get a little bit of racy behind Benny Simonson. Simonson sticking to the right mostly. He doesn't want to open up the door for Hendrickson, but Hendrickson could be under attack from Franco here shortly, as they all go back down to single file through the very tight 11-12 section as they make their way through to the high speed end of the track. Turns 13 and 14, you just need to briefly get off the gas there to get through turns 13 and turn 14. Another very heavily banked corner, but holding it down low for the corner is where you're going to gain all your speed and momentum, as Franco gets a really good run off of that final corner. Gets a little bit booked behind Simonson, and Hendrickson has gone for the move around the outside. Let's see if he can make it stick as they go through turn 1. And they're still going to be side by side. Simonson in the box seat as far as turn 3 is concerned as they go through that. Oh, Hendrickson is gone.
He's caught it though. He caught it. Unbelievable. Oh, he's on the inside of Sorosky now though. Sorosky forced wide. Hendrickson won't have the run. Sorosky may well have the run up the hill. That's the big news so far. That's Hendrickson's night potentially. He does have time to fight back. There's 7 laps to go. I'm trying to find, and the telemetry, so much happened. It didn't even pick him up. He caught it so well, he did not get picked up in the telemetry as having an incident. Amazing. So, Sorosky's gone. Hang on. What's happened here? I want to see that one again. Hang on. Let me see. Looks like Hendrickson's into the rear. Sorosky. He will be filthy. They will, of course, have differing opinions about that one. Anyway, let's check in back with our leaders. Simonson on the front now, Ruggieri and Miles. This pack shortened a bit. But look who's looming large in the background in P6, Hendrickson. Look at him gain on his teammate through the final chicane there, the tail end of lap 5. It's not even half a lap. Let's call it half a lap. Yeah, and he's back in touch and looking to move forward with this lead pack. Doesn't look like he's carrying any damage, Corey, particularly in the front wing area, which is the most important element. But he's 0.6 of a second off, still well within draft, as the leaders, not holding back, will, I think, certainly bring him back into this with the battling that's going on up here, up front.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. As around the outside on the main straight there, Franco was able to make the move on Simonson. And I went back and had a look at the initial contact between Simonson and Hendrickson. And it's a big old case of the net code. And that is something that's been very prevalent here this week. I noticed before, I saw a clip from Santavantia where he was completely clear of a car that he was battling. But apparently, with the netcode contact, he sent the car that was on his inside into the car in front of them. So Franco currently leading away from Simonson. Adam Miles sitting up there in third. As you said, Tim Hendrickson back there. He's on the back of the pack, right behind Anthony Jones. And he's going to be looking to pounce as quickly as he can because I reckon he'll be very frustrated from that little bit of contact, Alex.
Yeah, quite potentially. He's still got to get past his teammate in Mr. Jones. Oh, throws it up the inside if you don't mind. He will struggle because Jones will have the better drive out of the exit of the corner and the inside running into the chicane. But Henderson, no team orders with this one as they run down to turn 11 and 12. Henderson sort of keeping him a little bit wide. Jones, the inside run to the 11, 12 though is all Hendrickson's, and Hendrickson gets it done. He's now got one less position to make up. Philippides in his sights on the run down into the final pair of corners at 13 and 14. The front three certainly holding station with Philippides in fourth. Simonson now looking to get the run on Franco. These two, a lot of mutual respect. A lot of racing time together. Very good pace shared by both these drivers as they run into turn one. Adam Miles looking to split them. No, just holding back. And Philippides now coming under threat from Hendrickson this time round, no doubt, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim is driving like a man possessed right now, just getting his way back up towards the front. And Dim is going to have a hard time holding him back. And that's nothing against Dim Sim. He's one of the hardest people to try and pass. He's very good at defensive driving. So we'll see how it's going to turn out for him. But it's still Simonson leading the way now from Franco, and then Adam Miles sitting back there in third. Franco taking a very shallow line into turn number 7. As I saw Tim Hendrickson in the background trying to go for the move as well on Dimitri. Couldn't quite get there, as now they go flying through turns 8 and 9. And another big move, maybe is just a speculator from Hendrickson. He's throwing all the stops at it wherever he can, and they're just about 3 wide as they were going to go through turn 10, as Anthony Jones was going to look for a move there as well. But side by side goes Hendrickson and Philippides. And I think Adam Miles just about got in there, but he just couldn't quite get his nose in. And Hendrickson has now made that spot, and he's up into 4th place, Alex.
Yeah, he saw the fight, but I told you there were enough laps. It's only been 2 of them at the completion of this one, and he'll be back in it. Meanwhile, the front 3 now have Flying Dutchman with a torpedo on his livery to worry about up front, as well as the pace and speed around them just generally. Simonson, Rigeri, Miles, Hendrickson, Philippides, Jones, Devantia. They are the names in this front pack. Rigeri leads them into turn 1. Simonson only half showing, though. They really settled down. The move is a bit further down with Jones going up the inside of Philippides, which is a strong move and will give him the outside so long as he Philippides gives up the corner. Oh, and Devantia now having a look around. Oh, he's pinned Philippides to the inside of turn 3, and that's cost him. Philippides losing 3 positions in about half a lap. He's gone from P4 back to P8, Corey.
And that's what happens when you get a former Oval Team driver trying to race with a current Oval Team driver. But it's great racing there. Very heads up driving there from Sam to pin him down and get the better run on exit. But I'm still watching this top 4. There's Tim Hendrickson just hunting the tail of Adam Miles right now. He's looking all around the gearbox, trying to look for any weaknesses, and a little bit of lockup there as well, going into turn 10 for Hendrickson. So he's absolutely pushing the limit and then some, trying to get whatever advantage he can, as this would normally be a DRS straight here. Luckily for us, we only have the draft and driver skill. These guys are going to be looking for a bit of a battle here as they come onto the front straight, Alex. As we're past halfway, we're almost with just 5 laps left to run in this race.
Absolutely. Let's go check in on some of the other drivers in this field. Gardner leading the way of the second group of cars. He's got almost a gap there, 6 tenths behind, 7 tenths behind Nakajima and Breska. First of our Yernies here, our Yerniman, dare I say, Yerni. Zorek then leads a pair, himself and Peter van der Norden at 11th and 12th respectively. Jesus Cabal in the background there. He's just ahead of Chris Wayne. Chris had strong hopes here tonight, trying to do what he could to get up the front of the field. And then we're back to our drivers at the back who've had moments tonight. Swarovski, Skoltz, Chenoweth, and I'm having trouble. As soon as I leave that front pack, I have trouble with the telemetry, so I'm going to stick back up the front. Cantor, of course, and Morale. We didn't see what happened to Morale, but unfortunately his night from a competitive standpoint is over. All right, meanwhile, this front pack, we return there. Simonson and Rigeri up front. Hendrickson and Miles just behind them. This pretty much unchanged sort of thing. Filippides now off the back. He got caught out on turn 3 the previous lap. I didn't think it had cost him this much, but as they run through 8 and 9 now, coming up to turn 10, we open it out and cut back in. Sweeping long corners here in some places like that. The field once again led by Simonson on plate number and on track position as Rigeri. They kind of settled down for that mid-stage, although Hendrickson, I say that, tries to make the move on Miles through the chicane, doesn't quite get it done. Really tight on exit though. He'll be pressuring him into the final corner, I would imagine. Will Hendrickson? Yeah, it shows the nose, not really, but got the run. And what that's done, it's kind of disrupted the draft a bit. You can see Hendrickson all over the back of Miles there, pulled out of the draft, trying to time it. Miles taking the defensive line. He wants the outside of turn 3. That's why he's hugging the wall. Jones looking to go with his teammates. Wouldn't know they were teammates, especially by the livery as Rigeri takes the lead. Side by side, Miles leaving Hendrickson to hang out to dry. The question is, can they keep it? Can he keep it that way? Will Hendrickson concede? A little bit of net code rubbing. Oh, the wheels interlocked. What's going to happen here? Are they going to hang on to it? Yeah, Hendrickson's going to be on the inside though. No block pass opportunity though. He's going to be hung out to dry. Potentially by his teammate will have the run, having run the high line. That's not a bad effort from Hendrickson given where he was. That's such a penalty normally to run the inside line there at 3, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex, as Simonson still holding on to the lead over Franco. And the lap previous, Alex, they were 3 wide going through turn 1. And then Miles and Henderson battled all the way from turn 3 all the way up to turn 7, where you caught back up with them. But these guys have just been absolutely fighting tooth and nail. You see Adam Miles has caught back up to Franco now, and Adam going a little bit defensive and trying to turn it into attack as well, as he almost got up on the inside of Franco that time. You see everyone starting to spread out, trying to pick the optimal line. Hendrickson sticking to the inside for the first part of this chicane, turns 11 and 12. Gets all the way up on the little turtle on the inside. Puts it straight back to the inside on the exit of 12. Can't quite get anything done yet. Now he's going to look for the move on the inside of the penultimate corner. Sends Adam a little bit out wide. And Adam managing to hold on to some momentum. And that's where some more disruption to the draft has happened here. The battling for 3rd place is really starting to heat up here, and I think they might come to blows here before too long, Alex, with how tight they are racing and how prevalent the net code has been this week.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Miles still holding on, doing a lot more defending than attacking, I'm sure, in terms of his preference. He'd much rather be attacking the front 2. Incredible, really, the pace that the guys in 3rd and 4th have still got, given the fact that there's a lot going on there in terms of attacking and defending, and they haven't yet been dropped by the front 2, which, given the pace of the 2 in question up front, could have very easily happened. I'll tell you, it's a testament to the skill of the guys in this front pack, that's for sure.
Oh, that's exactly right, Alex. These guys are some of the best in the world at Skippy racing, on iRacing. And, you know, you can tell the fluctuating gap, it doesn't fluctuate all that much. They keep it all nice and tight as they go through the very high-speed section here of 8 and the very slow section of 9. As they're just, what's that, about 2.5 laps to go now. And Adam Miles looking for the move on Simonson, pulls right down to the inside, couldn't quite get there. The early apex is really a disadvantage there in turn 10. You really want to go for that late apex, as Franco not going defensive at all in the lead. sticks to the normal racing line smoothly through 11 and 12, although he did have a little bit of a lock up there for 11. And now it's down to the final 2 corners and then the final 2 laps. And absolutely anything can happen for this top group of 7, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Dimitri Filippidis now falling right off the back of this one after that single run through turn 3. It cost him, like I said, he lost 3 positions. He was running 3rd or 4th and then dropped back to what was the tail end of this pack. And now he's right off the back and it's under threat potentially from Gardner behind. Now, side by side they go again. Simonson goes around the outside, if you can believe it. Breaks later. Ruggieri seeds the corner, and the guys all get through cleanly, but it's now Simonson on front. This time, it'll be Miles relegated to the inside of 3. Oh, he's gone. That's double net code for Hendrickson. They were close. He'll be filthy. All that work undone by the dreaded netcode monster once again. And it is Ruggieri and Simonson taking full advantage, as does Miles. Oh, you'd be filthy, wouldn't you, Corey?
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I just quickly popped the radio on, and you just hear the utter disappointment in Hendrickson's voice then when he came across the radio. Oh, he's definitely one not racing with the greatest of spirits right now, as there's only a lap and a half to go. He could still make a fight of this with Anthony and Adam, but I think his chances of winning are not going to be too great unless he gets the run of his life, as we're starting to get towards the final lap here.
Yeah, that's right. I know it would be filthy. I mean, it looked pretty clearly to be Netco. They were running very closely, of course, but now Ducks and Drakes, strategy aplenty. Miles closing in on the front 2, but the front 2 trying to position themselves. The front 2 trying to position themselves to maximise their chance because it's very tough. Look at the tighter line there from Ruggieri all over the back. Like I said, these 2 good mates, a lot of respect, and they've got enough of a gap not to have to worry about turn 1, Corey, other than amongst themselves. Now, Simonson takes a defensive line, as does Miles from the other torpedo in the field, looking to get what he can for the team. Wow, Ruggieri again gets it done around the outside. Simonson now potentially forced to worry about or rely on the draft to the line, which is very, very powerful weapon, so long as you're close enough. If they're close enough, you're good enough, as they say, Corey, on the run out of the final corner.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It's going to be a very close one here as we do get the run to the line. But there's still a whole 3/4 of a lap before we get there. And we have to see how it's going to go as he goes up the inside at turn 6. And he's going to take the lead as they go into the sweeping right-hander of turn 7. Ruggieri trying to fight back on the inside. Can't quite get there. Adam Miles will have a chance to try and effect an overtake here. So too will Anthony Jones, as these guys have just all absolutely closed in on each other. It's only a race in 6. And these guys are going to be fighting absolutely tooth and nail as up the inside goes Adam Miles on Ruggieri. No contact is made, but they're running very close. Ruggieri with the better run with the outside line there. And let's see what's going to happen as Adam Miles is sticking in the draft of Simonson. And Ruggieri will close that off. But behind them, the 2 team torpedo drivers are fighting it out as well, as Hendrickson trying to get back up into 4th as they make the run towards the final 2 corners, Alex.
Yeah, and it's Simonson's race to lose now. He's got a brilliant run out. How close is Ruggieri? Can he get it done? I don't know. I don't think so, but it's back to this top 3 again. Simonson runs the high line. Miles, Ruggieri follow him. Where are we getting to on the finish line here? It's going to... Oh, Simonson almost runs him into the wall, but it's Simonson. Gets it done from Ruggieri, Miles and Jones. Tight racing, tight finish there at the end. How are we going a bit further down the order? Yeah, a bit further down here, down to Peter Van den Noord in P12. Gets into the points. He's split by Yerny, Zorek and Jesus Cabal. A couple of the stragglers now. Skoltz, the ANZ stragglers, although Skoltz here, of course, originates from South Africa. Another one of the ANZ boys, Ryan Chinnerworth, down the back here. I didn't see too much of Ryan, had an unfortunate incident at some point. But yeah, Corey, that was, I think, fairly representative of high quality stuff up the front. And the racing that we've seen here this week, a mix of strategy, technique, and speed.
And I would also throw in there a little bit of netcode as well,
Yeah.
because there's been a bit of that as well. But great racing at the front. A little bit of temper as well, as I saw post race there, Tim Hendrickson expressing a little bit of disappointment towards Adam on the exit of the first corner after the checkered flag. But that's racing. That's what happens, and netcode is the nature of online racing. So it was great racing all in all. Those guys at the front, um, the eight of them to begin with, and then the seven, and then once Dimitri fell off, the six of them, they put on an amazing show. Those guys just absolutely got it done lap after lap, and even with all the battling behind the leaders, they didn't lose the draft once, which is just absolutely incredible, Alex.
Yeah, really impressed by that actually. Stan was very good on that basis alone. Let's check out our race results here tonight. Benny Simpson, car number 1 on pole, takes the race out for Apex Racing, some 2/100ths ahead of Franco Ruggieri for a Forgia TV racing team. Adam Miles, the third man on the podium for UKNI, just ahead of his compatriot Anthony Jones for Team Torpedo, whose teammate Tim Hendrickson had all sorts of action up and down to this field. From the front to the back of the front pack, and then back again into the action, and then up and down was certainly the story of his nights for Team Torpedo, or his night for Team Torpedo, still finishing with the top 5 there in 5th. Sound Avanti, the leading ANZ in terms of the finishing, the ANZ driver, I should say, in terms of the finishing order. For Cowboy, finishing in 6th. Dimitri Philippides for FPM over Martin, he's finished in 7th, just ahead of Respectful Hornets Inc. Captain 499, Mr. Neil Gardner. Yerny Breska returns to us for his second SNL race. He's finished in 9th, ahead of Akira Nakajima. Nakajima-san for Nagai Racing School, finishing in 10th. The other Yerny in the field, Yuri Zorek, he has debuted here tonight from memory, and he's finished inside the points in P11. Finishing 12th tonight for Sleepy Cat Racing, Mr. Peter Vandernoord, the final point scoring position for Sunday Night Lights here in the top split. Jesus Cabal from Iberia, I think he started last, if I'm not mistaken. He did. He's up 6 positions to be the equal biggest mover in the field with Akira Nakajima. Nakajima-san also up 6 positions, but Cabal finishing in 13th tonight after starting last on the grid. Chris Wayne for Gone Skipping Racing, finishing in 14th. Skoltzy on his long-awaited return for Team Milo down there in 15th after some bad luck down the hill. Similarly, Sorosky for Team Clowns. He'll be a bit dark on matters here tonight, no doubt as well. He's finished down in 16th. Ryan Chenoweth, the Wildlife Warrior for Goose Juice Racing, down to 17th. And Yannick Morale, who I think got caught up when Enzo got flicked back onto track. He's down there in 18th. And speaking of Enzo, hang on. And speaking of Enzo, from Ivano Sim Racing Team, he's down there in 19th. Corey, that's how they finished out of what was a very, very eventful race, one might say.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And I just want to say, good job from Skoltzy. This is his first race with a top split in I can't even remember how long. And he actually gained a couple of positions throughout the race. So it was a good job by him. Not the result he would have wanted, but a result nonetheless. And all in all, just a great race all round. As I said, there's a little bit of feeling behind this one, a little bit of drama. But, that's the way motorsport does go sometimes. And online motorsport just makes it that little bit worse with, netcode and lag. So, it's just a very enjoyable night, and it's probably time that we get to some interviews.
Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to try one of Pim's fantastic cameras here for interview. Oh, look at that one. How about that one, hey? That's not bad. I'll push the other button that tells us who it is. We'll bring up Mr. Adam Miles, second podium in 2 weeks after taking out the first round back. Adam, it was eventful up front. P3, nothing to sneeze, and what was, I've got to say, pretty action-packed and fairly intense racing, I can imagine, up the front.
Yeah, it was. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was an interesting race. You're so trying to make a move here is all about having the inside of turn 1 and just not being on the outside of the kind of kink into 3. So you're sort of trying to balance going for a move around the outside of turn 1 with not getting sort of stuck on the inside of turn 3. So I was happy in third trying to defend that, but I also just couldn't find my way around either Franco or Benny without risking sort of dropping 2 or 3 places with an awful line into turn 3.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It was a bit of a tactical battle. It's funny, I saw a lot of people grab that inside wall a lot earlier in the race. I mean, I'm talking about the pit straight wall, that inside wall for those very reasons. I saw that a lot earlier in the race than I was expecting. Is that how you felt it was?
Yeah, there just wasn't a gap to go into at any point really. I think Franco was hugging it, Benny was hugging it, and then yeah, as I said, you just do you want to put yourself on the outside or do you want to just sit on third on the inside? And I tried it a couple of times, but it just wasn't working for me. And then there were a couple of occasions through turn 3 where there was a little bit of net code, sort of trying to run the not quite the high line, but the medium line to try and keep your position. I think I sort of washed up slightly into Tim at one point. There was a little bit of net code looking back at it, but I think the reverse happened to me a couple of times as well. So yeah, I mean it's a fantastic track. I think it produced some fantastic racing as well.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. The other thing I'd mentioned before we let you go was I was really impressed by the way the battling that was going on, sort of amongst yourselves behind the front two. You were still able to hang on to the front two, who I would have expected, given everything that was going on, they might have been able to get away. But just a testament to the drivers in yourself and around you that were able to keep up. Was that easier than you thought, or was it just that the battling wasn't as intense as it looked like?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you're right. There was no point in the race where I thought, oh, Benny and Franco are going to disappear here. They were swapping, but they were also defending, so they were compromising their own turn ones, I think. So that was probably the difference between them working together and getting away and just keeping us all in touch. But um, yeah, it was. I don't know how close the pack was at the end, but it felt like there was just a big gaggle of cars, and you could one mistake and you'd have been dropping from second or third down to seventh or eighth.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And it was all about timing that run and getting it right and positioning the car as much as the pace and everything. Yeah, fascinating to see that little game of chess going on out there. But congratulations on another podium. Fantastic start to the season for you. Hopefully, all goes well for the remainder and the championship shot. But congratulations again, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yourselves, as always. It's great to have you back. I'm going to hopefully enjoy watching it back. And Hannah for her support for me for every week. And just Benny and Franco, they had really good pace. Couldn't quite do anything about them, so they fully deserved P1 and P2.
Yeah, no worries. All right, thanks, mate. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Alex.
Corey Adam Miles, community rep course for the skips, and I think he's still doing the Fords. I haven't checked on it lately, but yeah, certainly good insights into the race that was out there.
Absolutely, Alex, and he was spot on with the whole. If you make one mistake, you can drop from second or third all the way down. But it was just good, hard racing all throughout. You could hear that Adam also owned up to his mistake of, maybe he slipped up a little bit going through turn 3, which we did see him come up the track a little bit. Netcode took over the rest of it. And, the netcode system is not the perfect system, but it's probably one of the best ones that we got in all of online sim racing. And, it's just really good to see them, still be able to race so close for the majority of the time with no contact being made. And, they put on a fantastic display here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Now, speaking of fantastic displays, let's bring up our race winner, pole sitter. Did everything out there tonight, led a lot of laps and came away with a win. Mr. Benny Simonson, congratulations, mate. Fantastic effort out there. Hopefully a bit of fun along the way.
Yeah, that was an intense race. Obviously, just trying to control being in top 2, top 3, like that draft pack. Anything below that's a bit harder. And then see what happens on the last half lap, really. So, but yeah, very good, very enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I was just saying to Adam, I was really quite impressed the way the battling that was going on P3 to say 5 or maybe even 6 at times, but mainly between 3 and 4 and 5. you guys weren't able to get away. I thought perhaps you and Franco might have been able to get away. What do you think the key to them staying in touch was there, or do you think it was just the quality of the guys around? Because it was a pretty action-packed and high-quality field up front.
I don't think anybody in that pack from like P3 to was it P7, P6? I think it's impossible to drop those unless they fight or make a mistake. They're clever enough not to fight. I think the way the draft works as well is that like if you are in P4, P5, P6, it's hard to do something, I guess. Where like P1, P2, you can swap. P3 will always be tricky because if you attack, you get attacked from P4. So I think just the draft pack, working in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having a few netcode problems myself here at the minute. Anyway, I agree, mate. The pace up there was outstanding, and dropping anyone very difficult, both because of the nature of the track, but because of that speed, though. But look, mate, congratulations again. Fantastic to see you out there and performing well, and hopefully enjoying the racing by the sounds of it as well. The intensity is something that draws us in, I know for sure. So congratulations, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Better give a shout out to Carl. I don't think he gets many, so here's one for him, and one for you guys as well.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, Mr. Dronky, I think you mean he's a fantastic supporter of the community. He's online every day. Go check it. Oh, I'm trying to remember the channel name. Do you remember off the top of your head? Because I watch it more often than not when I'm around. Carl.
Headhunter.
Headhunter. Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. Go check out Headhunter under the iRacing category. He's on most mornings as ANZ time, evenings the US time, and he's a fantastic bloke who calls it like it is and races the same way. But yeah, thanks, Betty. Always great to talk to you, mate. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. See you.
There you go, Corey. One of the greats calling out another one in the Skippy community for a bit of a shout out there. Benny having a fantastic night as always.
Oh, yeah, and he put on a fantastic display out there with Franco, especially the way that they would swoop around each other on the outside of turn one. And, just the hard battling that they had throughout this entire race, and even the 3 and the 4 wide moments that they had. It was a great racing display on action here tonight from the top two, and they really show why they were the top rated drivers in this race because, it was just awesome to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Let's grab our most winningest driver in SNL history who was in it early and then had an unfortunate moment. I'm not sure that we might even unfortunately get it on camera here. Enzo Cantor, welcome back to the SNL commentary booth, mate. I'm sorry the race didn't go your way tonight, but hopefully you've had a good festive season and we'll see you a bit more on track, mate. How you going?
Hi guys, I'm here only to say Happy New Year to you all because it was a long time. So Happy New Year. I'm very angry. You can understand why. I know you are every time very politically correct, but I'm not politically correct. So I I have no fear to say that. I was sure that I could easily finish in the top 5, and I was really managing to do this race very careful in order to recover a little bit of high rating and the safety rating. But that was a very stupid move from Anthony because he knows that in that straight you cannot pass outside a car. With cold tires is more difficult, and we could only lose time with that move. He did it for 2 times in a row, and the second one he forced the brake. He almost lost the car, and even if I left him very plenty of room, I think he had almost 2 cars on his left of room, but he tried to resist. He didn't leave the throttle, and he killed me. So I think it was a very stupid move from him.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, it's difficult to feel like that. As you say, we all make moves that we may or may not like or are happy with at the end of the day. It's very unfortunate that you're not ended like that, mate. I know myself, I'd have to go back and have a look at it. Too wide around there can be done. It's just requires, the right kind of conditions and what have you. So, yeah, challenging move, certainly. Unfortunately for yourself, mate, I wouldn't have picked you as one coming in playing for SR on a night like tonight as some of the biggest names out there, including yourself, mate. But look, fantastic to see you back out on track. We really enjoy seeing you. They often call you the most winningest driver in MNL and SNL history because that's what you are, mate. And it's always great to see you out there. I'm sorry things didn't go your way, but like I said, fantastic to see you out there. And we always love chatting to you after the race, mate. But anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, I have to say thank you to you as always, to my friends, this time particularly to Franco and Benny Simonson too. But let me say one thing before I go away, because uh, well, sometimes many people says that I'm not clever. I'm not intelligent. I have not I have not a good racecraft, but I think that is not true, and there are many people that here mm, don't know how to race. So excuse me if I'm sorry if I have to say these things today, but you have not to say that you agree with me. Let me say, and because no problem. Every time is so much fun here, and yes, it was a very nice strength of field, because very big names. I was struggling with the cold tires in qualifying, but finally I did a decent one. So really, I was really happy after that, and I was managing to do a clean race. So that's the way, the reason why I'm so angry. But that's life. From in the next 15 minutes, it will be away. So never mind, and see you soon in the next weeks.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, very soon it'll be yesterday's problem, and we can hopefully wake up nice and happy the next day. But you're right, mate. We all make mistakes. We all make those decisions on the spur of the moment that we regret later. But hopefully, signing up today wasn't one for you, mate. And we look forward, hopefully, then to see you many times in the future. But great to see you out there, Enzo. And we look forward to talking to you again soon, mate. Ciao for now.
Yeah, great to talk with you again. So see you soon, surely.
Thanks, mate. Ciao, ciao. There you go, Corey. That was the great Enzo Cantor telling it like it is. He tells the good and the bad. He always tells it like it is in his mind, that's for sure.
Oh, that's right, Alex. And we love a little bit of Enzo Genzo, and everyone needs a little bit of Enzo Genzo in their lives. And I'm just reading in chat here, he's already gained another new fan as he was conducting his interview. But it's great to have Enzo out there, one of the absolute stalwarts of MNL SNL, as you say, one of the most winningest drivers in MNL SNL history. And it's always a great time when he's on track and he gets to come in for a little bit of an interview, good, bad, or indifferent. He's always entertaining, both on and off track. And we're I don't think we're lucky enough to have him, which is why he doesn't show up much anymore. But whenever we do, it's always a good time.
Yeah, so I think he's the holder of 2 titles. He's dead set the most winningest driver in terms of championships and races, but he's also the holder of the title of the best interviews post-race as well. And I think a fan favourite for that reason, if none other. But yeah, that might do us for tonight, folks. Fantastic racing here for our second week. Fantastic strength of field in the 5100s again. That's the community really getting behind us here and getting behind the fantastic racing that you see out on track in the Skip Barber category. But folks, that'll do us. Corey, do you want to let the folks at home know what you got coming up this week?
So this week on Friday and Saturday, I'll be at the Perth Motorplex. It is late model nationals weekend, and on Saturday it is also the final round of the USA versus WA Sprint Car Speed Week, and I'll be out there doing some filming and maybe get an interview or two. We'll see how we go with that, but it should be a good couple of nights out. And then it's back here with you next week, Alex, as we go and tackle Oran Park GP.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Corey. Thanks to everyone home for joining us. My week this week will no doubt be spent fixing my sound issues. I don't know what on earth went on there, but in the meantime, folks, go check us out. Join us at the Discord where all the news and views of SNL, all the results and everything is stored there. This race replay and all the others from the 33 series seasons are up on the Top Split YouTube. And, of course, Corey and I will be back here next week on Top Split TV, bringing you the latest and greatest Skippy action on the planet. But for now, folks, and on behalf of the great chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for now.